Well, today's vlog, I think we're going to go with the subject of scammers. Yeah, you heard me right, scammers. When selling my Honda CG125, oh my god, listed it on Auto Trader, forgot to type in at any point, dick. Forgot to type in at any point, no checks, because I just forgot, typing out the advert, forgot no checks. So, what do I receive? Nothing but for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Fucking scammers, my god. Let's talk about some of the scams they'll try and pull. There's the classic, let me think about it, because there's a couple. Alright, one of them. I'm a Navy officer out at sea at the moment, buying this motorbike for my daughter. No. The whole I'm a Navy officer buying a motorbike unseen for my daughter on the internet. Yeah. And the thing is, them ones will say e-check or PayPal. No, just no. Don't even bother. The other good one is the guy will message you saying, oh, I'm nearby, and oh, this, that and the other. I can't pay by cash, but I've got a cheque coming to me from some work I've done. Which you think, alright, where's he going with this? And he'll say, yep, I've got a cheque coming to me, I'll get them to send it to you instead. You cash the cheque, as soon as the cheque's cashed, we'll do the swap. I'll send a courier to get the bike. I went along with one of them at first because I was a bit naive, but I learned quickly. A couple of days later, a cheque comes in the post for £3,000. Now I'm only selling the bike for one, so why is the cheque £2,000 over the asking price? So I emailed the guy back and said, oh, whoa, this cheque's come for £3,000, is it from you? And he says, yeah, it's for some work I've done, so if you could just put that in your account and then send the rest back to me. It's like, that was alarm bells from the start for me. But I just went against it. I was like, no, I don't trust it. It's bull, clearly. So I sent him an email saying, I'm sorry, you've gone against the terms of our agreement that you'd send the money, and I'm not dealing with you now. I can send you a picture of the cheque chopped up if you want. He never got back to me. So there's that scam. There's a couple more. I had some real corkers. Most of them involve people saying they were either Navy officers, or they were buying the bike for their son or their daughter, and they didn't have time to come and look at it. Which is a big no-no for me. You know, if you're buying a motorbike for a relative, even for yourself, you don't buy it unseen on the internet. You buy it, you go and look at it, you stand over it and touch it and take it for a test ride. Now, when I was selling my bike, I had a guy emailing me saying he wanted it and everything, which was great. I was like, yeah, come on down and test ride it and everything. On the day in question, he was saying, yeah, I'm on my way, I've got the money, it's all sorted. So I waited in, and then I get a message saying I needed an extra hour to get there. I'm like, yeah, okay, not a problem, I'm already in, doing nothing. And then, you know, I'd sat around for 2 hours waiting for the guy. And then he says, oh, I can't make it today, I haven't got the money. Which was just, you know, that pissed me off, because I'd sat around doing nothing all morning waiting for him. And I could have spent time with my son. less pleased about that whole move because I wasted so much time waiting in for him when I could have spent it with my son. But perseverance, he messaged me back a couple of days or about a week later, and he had the money. He'd had a problem before, but now it was sorted. Could he come down and look at the bike? I thought, yeah, why not? You know, all I've had so far is scammers and people just touching the water a bit, not actually diving in, so why not? And true enough to the guy, he was a good lad with his brother. They came down, took it for a quick test ride, they liked it, and they bought it there and then, because I knew it would sell. It was a good bike. But fucking scammers, man. I fucking hate the bastards. Constantly getting your hopes up because you see you've got an email. You're like, oh, an email. You go on your email account and there's, I'm an off-seas Navy officer and I can't get to you to buy this bike for my daughter, so I will send you PayPal details. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I did a bit of reading up after all these scam attempts. The one where they send you a cheque for $3,000 and then you pay them back $2,000 and they take your motorbike with them. Well, their courier of choice takes the motorbike. Basically, everybody who's had that and actually done the deal have then been persecuted for fraud. They've had to pay the $3,000 back to the company that the cheque came from. They've also been charged for the fraud, and they've also had to they can't get their own cheque back or the bike because it's gone. It's in the system. It's gone. You've signed the documents and everything. So, you know, you're just a loser in the end. You've lost everything. They've got your bike, $2,000 of your money, and then the company in question persecutes you for theft on a stolen checkbook, which is a bastard because there's nothing you can do about it. The banks aren't equipped to deal with that kind of fraud. It's just, that's personal fraud and business fraud and shit, and the business will win, and that's why they use them. Fuck me, hearing about that shit, and so it happened to someone who knows someone I know, if you know what I mean, like a connection of a connection, and he got ripped for everything he had. Luckily, his bank were able to do something, but they said under normal circumstances they wouldn't have been able to do a thing, but the cheque hadn't cleared yet. They hadn't cleared the cheque for the motorbike, so all he lost was the motorbike. He didn't lose $2,000, he didn't, but still, you know, losing all that. Oh man, I'd have fucking kicked myself. The one with the PayPal is basically as soon as they've made the payment and the bike's been collected, payment is then withdrawn, which is something PayPal cannot stop. If you as a buyer remove your payment, PayPal can ask why, and you can just say, oh well, I didn't get the goods, or the goods weren't to standard, they weren't as advertised, and there's nothing they can do. It'd be nice if there was something they could do, but there isn't. It's a complete grey area in terms of money, PayPal. It's probably why thieves dwell there. But yeah, so scammers are plenty, and all your money trying to leave you, and oh god, what a pain in the ass selling a motorbike can be. I mean, I was actually kind of looking forward to it at first because it's the start of a new world. It was getting this, it was, yeah, let's do this, and it all went to shit. And like, seriously, to shit. Ended up people just trying to rip me off all the time. And, so that's a definite thing. If you're on Auto Trader selling anything, car, bike, boat, I don't know, anything you're selling, always put no checks, because that deters them straight away. If you say in your advert no checks, you'll get the odd one being a bit bullshit, you know, saying, oh well, you know, go on, oh, it's for me daughter, go on. But the answer is quite simply no. I found it very easy to say no to people by the end of that week. Like, I get emails from people saying, "Oh, where's my daughter?" Yeah, they try the original scam email, which is, I'm sure they just copy and paste it between them. I'd get that one, I'd just reply with no, and then I'd get a reply, "But it's from your daughter," and then they get a reply with, "Just fuck off and leave me alone, you scamming bastards." So, you know, you just got to be a bit more prepared to say fuck off while you're starting your bike. You don't want to, because ideally you want to be nice to people so they'll buy your motorbike, but you've got to be willing. You've got to actually just, oh, fuck off and leave me alone, because otherwise they'll just keep wasting your time. By the end of the week and a half after the first scams, I wasn't getting anywhere near as many, because I'd put on my advert, no checks, no PayPal, cash only, and I basically just told them all to go fuck themselves if they did message me. I did have one guy who was genuine, and he was saying how he, he didn't have a check off the top of his head. And, morning lads. He didn't have the cash to hand, but he knew it was in his account. But he could only withdraw so much of his account because of these limits they'd put on it. Which my friend at work has the exact same type of account. It's basically the account limits how much you can spend so that your bills are always paid. And he says it's there, I just can't use it right now, but it will be as of whenever. But I said, I'm sorry mate, but no, I can't do that. I can't risk losing the bike and you not paying just in case the check does bounce, you know. It's nothing personal, I just can't afford it. He's understanding, you know. He said, "Oh, thanks for trying anyway." I'm like, "Yeah, no worries." Turn here. Ooh. Already speeding, Jesus. No more talking. Yeah, that was quite good actually, I like that. I got a bit wobbly in the rear end, but if I knew that road was empty, I'd use more of it and I'd be a lot quicker, but that's the thing, I know it's not empty, so I'm very like, tractor coming the other way? No, don't think so. Alright. Dobbs Hill. I'm actually very happy with that rundown. It was actually smooth and very controlled. I'm very happy. It was good. 'tis the season to be snotty, la 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 la. That must be lovely for everybody. Oh, my balls.